Welcome, everyone, and we have a special game for you today. Welcome to Greenland. This, I promise, is gonna bring us some excitement. Now, if you haven't played Greenland, you would be just like me playing down here in the red as the Japanese. This was a random Civ matchup between me, the Reverend, playing at 1335 Elo, and Mick Ultra playing at 1365. I have not played a 1v1 game in 2 or 3 months, long enough that my rank has dropped. My elo has stayed, maybe it decayed a little bit, but my rank has dropped off the board completely. But I'm back. I'm playing a ranked game, trying to see what I can pull off, and I get Greenland. I go for the random Civ with a backup pick selected. We get random Civ. So I'm pretty fortunate here, but I've never seen this map. I'm expecting water out here. Gonna head out, look around with my scout, and I am gonna realize pretty quickly a lot of ice, So I'm gonna be trying to figure this whole map out on the fly. I'm gonna go ahead and guess the same for my counterpart over here in the blue, playing as the Malians. So Japanese a bit better in a lot of ways, I would say, than the Malians. However, the Malians have some nice bonuses with their 15% cheaper buildings, and in the late game, their gold lasts 30% longer, allowing them to hold on to small areas of the map and really hold on a little bit longer, as well as faster researching technologies and Farimba cavalry. Really different Civ. Over here, I have the cheaper lumber camps and the better fishing ships are the big things going for me, as well as my faster attacking infantry. Now, if you've seen Age of Empires, it's kind of sad. Infantry don't see a lot of use. So, really not going to play a big part in a map like Greenland. I could see a Drush being a potential. Actually, I think top players are going to be drushing this type of map a lot because these pawns are so small. You get villagers out here, whatever. But I would say Mick Ultra has not played this map either, based on how this all goes down. I'm looking around. I'm seeing a lot of pawns, but only shorefish, no deep fish. And I see this really nice central pond right between us. Now, if you look at my scouting, I have not scouted out here at all. I'm thinking of this more like islands. I don't realize that my land goes all the way to the corner. Don't realize that about my opponent either. But each player has a pretty good stock of resources with 7 extra gold tiles, as well as their normal 4 tile, 7 tile, and 4 tile on their map. Kind of the same thing for the stone, a full 3 tiles of extra. So quite a lot of resources out here for the taking, as long as you hold on to your side. Same thing on the other side. A couple relics on my island, 1 in the middle, and a couple over on Mick Ultra's island. Now Mick comes out here dropping the dock on this ice. Now, another thing about ice is I didn't realize you could sail on ice. When did that happen? When did ice become marsh terrain? I did not realize that was a thing, so definitely a little confused. I see this as a map where a dock is just utterly useless. McUltra, realizing that ice can be sailed on, goes ahead and makes some fishing ships. Much more sensible player here. Mick Ultra making some walls, getting some walls prepped across the front of his base. I'm doing the same. So if you're looking at this game, you're going to be expecting Mick Ultra to be heading into some ships. And since I'm going all land, you would expect some sort of feudal pressure from me that is not Navy. Either archers, probably archers, seeing as it's Japanese. Too late to be really going for a drush, no barracks coming down. So archers or scouts going to be heading out from me there in the red. Mick Ultra, a little bit of a misplay here. Doesn't quite, realizes. Now dropping. Well done. Dropping the mining camp there on his gold. Kills a couple sheep. Lots of villagers in there. Realized his mistake, I would say, with this dock. However, I don't think it's a mistake. I think it's the game plan for Mick Ultra You can see, let's go to idle TC time. I'm a little bit cleaner on the idle TC time. However, I have gotten Loom. Nick Ultra has also gotten Loom. So why? Oh, the fishing ship. I say, why was I villager ahead? Regardless, we're both on the way to the feudal age just about the same time. Nick Ultra, 2 eco better. That'd be the 2 fishing ships. And I'm not really sure, and the difference there is the timings don't always make sense to me completely. Regardless, we have Scout Fight, and his villagers push me away. I'm building my walls up, want to get my base walled up, and I go ahead and kill 2 sheep. Didn't even realize that, and that's embarrassing. Till just now, see him dropping a second dock, and I don't know why this was my reaction, but I decided he's dropping 2 docks. I need to drop a second dock as well. Now, or sorry, drop a dock. Now, if you're thinking about this logically, it does not make sense for me to drop a dock because it's 2 against 1. I'm obviously going to be losing this play. Without a doubt, going to be losing this play. Get my dock up and really scare him off there. Going to be up in 5 seconds. Maybe I was just thinking I could get up faster, disrupt his fishing. I don't know. This is just a really bad play. Mick Ultra going all in on the water. 3 docks down. Mick Ultra going to be taking water control pretty completely. I'm over here, nice and walled up, nice and safe. Got an idle villager hanging out, getting my walls down. And heading off to, I don't know where these guys are headed. My villagers are just out for a scenic stroll across the map. As you can see, the worker efficiency last minute for me all the way down into the 55%, 54%. Transitions are a pretty big deal, and you can see villagers just hanging out, idle, chilling out. Now, this actually, I think, is not a bad play, well, to make 1 fire ship, but I really messed this up. If you're going to make 1 fire ship and get out there, what you need to do is kill the enemy fishing ships. I realized right away this isn't going well. And yeah, switch to a demo raft. I'm still thinking that I've got a chance here, right? Bad idea. I don't actually have a chance on the water. And I think right now I realize, oh, the water is not going to be my friend. Building out the archery range. Going to be headed into archers. I don't know what this map looks like. I'm not sure that this... I really just have no idea what this map looks like. Just pretty much none whatsoever. I like this, actually. Building the demo raft, putting 1 in, forcing him to continue fire galley production. Really, this is a bit unnecessary for him to continue with such heavy fire galley production. He's got 5-0 on the fire galleys, so there's no reason for him to continue making them. Archer range is down, a couple archers coming out, and I'm transitioning heavy into farms as my villagers are going to have to get home. That's why we had that eco. My villagers really were taking a hike. Sent a bunch more villagers out to gather in the shorefish. I think I realized I wouldn't be able to hold on to it and wanted as much as possible. Not really sure if that was the play. Regardless, I've got a pretty good food income right now, but no military, well behind in military, but I'm a few villagers ahead as Mick Ultra struggled to maintain TC production without much of a food economy for Mick Ultra. He continues to struggle with the food issue. Gonna be gathering some idle TC time. Now that the galley is out, I decide, all right, time to head back home. Start my villagers getting shot. So, decide they need to go home. Definitely something that needs to happen. I'm looking around, trying to find somewhere to get back on water. I don't want to just sacrifice water completely. Making sure my base is walled up in its entirety. Got a few archers and no fletching just yet, but I feel like a little bit of a sneak with these archers is in order. Mick Ultra, no land military. So much so that he does not even have a barracks. Dropped the market early, but not using it for Mick Ultra there. I'm not sure about that play. Don't necessarily want to do that if you're not going to be using it. Now my villagers have to make a dash home. Let's see how many I lose, because I am actually not for sure here. We started with 9 villagers headed through the gauntlet. That's 1 down. Looks like it's a possibility. Gonna be 2? Gonna be 2 for sure, right? 10, 9, 8 hit points on that lady. She barely gets her way through, I think. Just lost 1 villager. Really not that bad. 32 to 35 on the Eco KD. However, I'm on the way up. I'm going up. And I thought I snuck some archers. Clearly, I didn't do that yet. Spoiler. Gonna sneak some archers at some point in this game. I don't know when. Maybe now, maybe later, maybe next week. Here we go. Got my archers on the way up to Castle Age. I figure I've got to go up to Castle Age, and my plan right here. Gonna go up to Castle Age, going to get back on water. That's the idea. And let me tell you something. I don't show you my games unless I feel like there's something special. So y'all just pay attention. Hang on for a minute. This game gets a little ridiculous. Redonkulous. Alright. So sneaking the archers. I see that fire ship and I head on around. Now I'm realizing I'm seeing all this landmass with my scouting, right? Probably something I should have thought about. Just gonna throw that out there. Probably something I should have thought about. I get the sneak off and I'm headed on through. 2 archer ranges now. I'm headed into crossbowmen. 4 now. I realize here that the land doesn't go around. That's actually, I was gonna be headed full crossbowman and realize, hey, that's ice the whole way around. Gonna have to really make conscious effort to really be making the right type of military. Getting back on water. Because when it's water the whole way across the map, you've got to get back on water. Now, one thing to note, we have myself in the Castle Age well ahead of Mech Ultra, but I'm almost 10 eco units down. I am definitely down in the military as well, but here I come. Boom. It's going to be a dead villager. And it's going to be 5 crossbows with fletching. No bodkin, but 5 crossbows with fletching. Let's see what Mech Ultra's response can be to this. A little bit of an unforeseen situation. Just now dropping the blacksmith, dropping a mining camp. Doesn't even have a barracks yet. Does not even have a barracks. Unreal. Gets the walls down. Quick walls across his base. I'm going to head over. Heading in. Don't really know what his base looks like. Mech Ultra dropping the panic walls. This is doing damage to his economy. We'll see the worker efficiency over the next little bit really start to plummet. Getting a tower down. Panic time for Mech Ultra. There are 5 crossbows in your base. No defense for them, and I am looking for blood. Trying to get some docks up. Immediately spotted. Building my dock underneath his fire ship. Why didn't I go to the corner? I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes not the brightest. Fully surrounded. Not quite fully surrounded, but well surrounded by these ships. And my crossbowman looking for damage. Looking for damage. And you can see how close was I to that stone mine. See. About 2 tiles, 3 tiles away from seeing this stone mine. 7 exposed villagers. I would have been at least 2 or 3 down. Realize I'm not getting back on water. Realizing immediately water is just not the play for me. So what do? Well, what do I do? Sneak! Sneak Siege Workshop. He's not in Castle Age yet, so I am gonna put the hurting on him. Still no barracks. We're going to take this fight to land. I got 2 villagers, ran them across the ice on a death mission to get over to Mech Ultra's base, and now I'm bringing the crossbows across as well. Not too good by me, just waltzing them right into the fire ship. Getting some really unnecessary damage on them, and the Siege Workshop is down. Gonna be looking at a siege push versus, well... We've got War Galley and Bodkin coming in all ready for Mick Ultra. He's going to be ahead of me on the upgrades, but I'm thinking Pike Siege push with the Japanese seems like a solid option. When all else fails, try to Wong it up. I thought maybe I could pull it off, getting back on water. I got the fire ship upgrade, getting my gold mining upgrade, and putting docks down and realize pretty directly, no, not happening. Absolutely not. Mick Ultra just says absolutely not. Bringing the boys, bringing the Navy. Now, there's a bit of a misplay. You don't want to use your demo rafts on docks, but accidentally does that. Got these guys hanging out. Still, all these villagers exposed. And I'm not taking advantage. Trying to make something happen, unable to do so, but here comes the mangonel. I got these crossbows over here. Really took a lot of damage on these bad boys. I think I started with like 9 of them heading across. Kind of a pretty big misplay. This is beautiful by Mick Ultra. As soon as, well, before I even get in there with the mangonel. This guy, the absolute plays by this guy, realizes I'm making it a game about land pressure. Must have scouted. Let's see what Mick Ultra's scouting looks like. Has not seen that I'm over here. But this guy, for no apparent reason, decides that my base is where his next town center should be. This is absolutely picture perfect gameplay right here. Now, I've got 3 crossbows. They're just hanging out. Now I'm adding in pikes. I've got crossbows. I've got pikes. I'm hitting Mick Ultra. Now, in the intervening time, I've managed to take the eco lead, and that is all villagers, where Mick has 7 fishing ships. So I've got a nice little eco advantage, as well as this push coming in on the center of his base. And I'm not too good at the control. We don't have to watch this. Putting these villagers down. He's got galleys here. I try to get some crossbows back across to his base. They absolutely don't go. So I realized, okay, everything that is over here is what's over here. These 2 villagers, these buildings, this army, this is what's over here. I start putting in the pressure on this TC. I want to get him out of this game. Now, I'm getting ready to drop a castle. I'm thinking maybe I can build it over here. Could put some pressure on him. Thinking maybe I can get back on land. But I am preparing to drop a castle. If you notice Mick Ultra, his stone, yeah, he's used it up. He sees where my gold's at. Does he actually? Or is that just, oh, it's picture perfect placement. Totally blind. He sees nothing. And dropping it on my production buildings and my gold. Absolutely perfect castle. I realize this right away. And I realize, hey, I've got the gold, or sorry, the stone to drop a counter castle. Now, if you look at this, hopefully I get these villagers. Okay, yeah. Get my villagers out of there and get myself a castle going up. Not going to be put into this, but if you look over here, I realize pretty directly I've got a problem. I don't have a whole lot of base remaining. This lumber camp, or this wood line, fully taken in. This wood line, not very safe. This wood line, that, and this wood line. That's about it. And then the stone mine here, this gold is under fire. This gold's gone. Realize if I want gold, it's got to be in his base. Let's back up. I'm focused over here. All right. And boom, I've gotten his TC down. I've got 5 mangonels. He tries to go for cav archers with the Malians. Now, you've got Farimba with this Civ. Let me let you in on a hint, Nick. Go for some cavalry. Now, he says no cavalry aren't going to work. I don't know what your tech tree is fully. Redemption monks? I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing. I can actually try to check on that. We're going to check on that. While we're checking on that, yeah, realizes cav archers are not the play. Not the play. So, gonna check Malians. I'm in here, I'm looking for pressure, and there's towers, but he doesn't have a whole lot to stop me. I'm feeling pretty good about this game right at this moment. As soon as this TC gets up, like, I've got him pushed in this corner. I have no idea this is here. Dropping a second TC. I would love to see that one over here. Like, what are you doing? Really, dude. But dropping it in the safety of his other one, doesn't know exactly how things are. And he's just trying a tower defense, and I think his whole base is contained in this corner. So wrong I am. I've got 65 to 64 in the eco. I think I'm probably way ahead. I think since I stopped this castle push that I've just got the game. It's just over. And now it's just a matter of cleaning up, finishing up. I'm not that careful. Why does it matter? He can't stop me. I destroy his knight by sacrificing my mangonels, paying attention everywhere else than what I need to be, trying to fix my eco, trying to get things squared up, and also looking at heading up to Imperial Age. Now, these numbers aren't great. I'm panicked about this. I think he's going to come through here, he's going to come back, he's going to kill me. So, what do? Well, I make all my defenses over on that side. Still checking on the redemption monks, by the way. Got it pulled up on my phone tech tree. Where's the monastery? The Malians do get redemption. So his play should have been siege of his own. Always siege of his own, right? If somebody's putting that much siege forward on you, siege of his own to take care of my crossbows. Then once the crossbows are taken care of, and siege to take care of my siege as well, no more crossbows. Well, what am I gonna do? Siege of his own, and then redemption monks to convert my siege. Monk siege defense on this side. Cav archers was never the play. He's just confused about what to do. He says that after the game, that at times he wasn't sure what to make with his civ, but let me tell you, he makes a little bit of everything as this game goes on, and this is massive. He's booming away. I do have a pretty nice eco lead now over Mick Ultra, and that's really the key. That's the way I like to play. I like to make it messier for my opponent than it is for me. If you are a slow player, I'm a slow player, make it harder for your opponent than it is for you. Go on Skirmisher to add to my mangonels, because he's headed so heavily into the Cav Archers that I want to add some Skirmishers to this push. Probably not necessary. The mangonels are, you know, doing pretty good things. And now adding the monastery and the siege workshop. Those are two things that should have happened right away, and I realize that, so I am not going to let that siege workshop even hardly go up before it comes right back down. Got steady mangonel production using my buildings. He's pushed a gap in this, but he's not coming through. This castle really wasted. All right, that castle really unnecessary. Definitely a misplay by me, a misread of the situation. I don't know he has an eco. As far as I know, he's stuffed in this corner, and he's got this forward castle, and he's got these 7 villagers mining gold. I know that. Don't know about any of this, right? All 28 of those villagers. News to me. It's unreal. That play by him was so good to sneak over there. Now he's trying to micro against 6 mangonels. Let me tell you something. That is not a thing. You can't micro against 5 and 6 mangonels. I don't have to micro them. Just letting them go off. Yeah, Pro could micro that. This is really bad by me. My pikemen, I pulled them back. They found this house. I don't know what they're doing. I don't even know where they're at. Just plunking away, but I've got a plan now. I'm going to the Imperial Age. I'm going to tread back this castle. I'm going to take back control. Once this castle's gone, he's got to give up the game, right? That's my thought process. I finally... he's pushing back. He's killing a lot of mangonels. And this is cheeky. This is cheeky. Drops the little Oneville castle. Now, let's rewind just a little bit. To here. Let's see what he knows. So, Mick Ultra does see the town center, right? That's really cheeky. That's never going to happen. Goes ahead and tries it. Funny little move. He gets some mangonel kills out there. And his navy, his 25 military advantage, that's mostly nullified. Send the pikemen around to take care of that. I'm bringing a mangonel back to take care of that as well. Really running low on the mangonel numbers, but like I said, steady mangonel production. Constantly producing these mangonels. And yeah, that guy, she's dead. That lady, she is dead. But then, I should have seen this coming, right? Another castle. But I was like, pretty sure that he wouldn't try something like this. Because I just felt like I was in such a better military place. So I figured, last ditch effort. Making the nice play here. My mangonel did die, but now I've got a military. Mick Ultra, no military here. And really, what's he gonna do? He's pumping knights out, but I've got full pikemen. Japanese pikemen are something else. Putting the work in. Now, I don't have a lot in the way of upgrades. Yeah, that's another problem that I have. And another mango shows up, and he realizes he's got to bail. This isn't going up. There's no more villagers. You can see that's all the villagers he had over here. They're all dead. I realize that I've got to have such an advantage. I feel like this game's over. I'm in the Imperial Age now. Mick Ultra. What a madman. What an absolute madman. I'm headed for... I'm in Imp. Destroying this. Destroying his army. And now trebuchets on the way out. Once that castle came down, thinking, okay, stop the initial pressure, then get up to Imp first. When somebody drops a forward castle on you, and they're not headed up to Imp, you're in a pretty good place. Tries again to get this castle up, and I realize it's going up this time. It is going up this time, and so I've got to get out of town. Somehow, my military production had stalled out completely. Realize my military production stalled out completely, but I've got the trebs up down here. Blasting this castle back. I feel like it's gonna be just fine. I see his knights get stuck on these buildings. And while they're stuck, and they're just knights, figure we can put another TC up. And that's what we do. You can quick wall knights out. Knights can't stop the TC from coming up. I'm looking at this wall here, then some walls across the back. Yeah, it's a little scary, but he's not even paying attention to that. He didn't chase the villagers down. He doesn't really quite realize what all I have. Now I'm headed forward. I think I've got this sewn up. I'm coming out here. I am confident. I am confident of my position in this game with the military. Just still thinking in my head that his entire eco is over here. I have not seen any of this. Beautiful play by Mick Ultra, making this game interesting. Now, I'm just so far ahead at this moment. I've got 90 military to 70, or sorry, 90 eco to 71. Almost no military, but Mick Ultra almost no military as well. So I'm just booming, putting up some more barracks, putting up more buildings. Need to get things going. Now, you can see my worker efficiency last minute, staying down in the 50s of percent. Not great. And the idle TC time for both of us, pretty terrible. You don't want to see these kind of idle TC times until you're late in the game with 120 villagers. Now, to be fair, it's been a little messy. He's over here. He's over here. I'm siege rushing him. He's castle dropping me. I'm castle defending. I'm defending against him. I have really just no idea about any of this. And then I see these stables, and so I'm going to produce pikemen back at home. I'm producing pikemen. Well, I'm going to be producing pikemen forward at some point. I don't know that I have all this island. See, his somehow didn't compute to me that there was this much land. I didn't realize there was this much over here either. Even though I walked it, it just isn't computing. I think that I'm on the edge of the land, pushing him into the corner, and then I'm here. Just, you know, finish up the game with some pike raids. Mick Ultra is going to respond with Imperial Age of his own. Well behind, not playing full castle, which really, I don't think full castle was the play here. I'm well defended here. What's he going to do with full castle? He can take me off of his island, maybe, and then things really do become interesting. If he went full castle, pushed me off of his island, I think he would have won the game. I take it back. He should have gone full castle, cleared up his own island, and then tried to raid me. I'm here. with not enough pikemen. I don't know that there's all these villagers. Now I'm starting to see it. If you click over to my view, I'm starting to see there's a lot going on over here. So it's time to really make a push. Still focusing over here. Gonna drop a castle. Went heavy on this stone here, and now gonna drop a castle. Got myself up to Halb. So the cavalry are out of play for my opponent now. 127 population to 107, though. Not that far apart. Got a 20 military lead and similar, 20 eco lead, similar military. So much of his military is on the water. I've got a military lead. This is a nice play, though. I'm going full Halb. Well, he's going for crossbows. Remember, he's got map control. I have 2 bases that are fully split. He has 2 bases that can work together. This makes this game very awkward for me. Any military I have down here is useless up here, and any military up here is useless down there. Now, Mick Ultra has reached the Imperial Age. I am looking at pushing this castle back now. I'm still laser focused on this side of the map. I've seen some of the stuff there. Over here, I don't really understand quite. I've seen the town centers now, so I guess I do understand now quite what I'm dealing with. I didn't realize just how much was over here, or the amount of military. Seeing the crossbowmen now, but I want to push this back. I feel like it's going to be game over when I push this back. Making military rapidly now. My lead grows ever stronger, but only about 10 population ahead. Mick Ultra gonna be bringing a bit of trebuchet himself. Now I'm taking control of this gold. I've got control of this gold. My golds are running low. This gold's still under the control of Mick Ultra. I cannot realistically take that gold safely. I can't take it safely. This gold, I'd almost used it up, but it's under his control. Finally get it back. I have access to this gold, whereas Mick Ultra, he's on this gold. It's lasting him a long time. He's over here on this gold. It's lasting him a long time. He's still got this gold. That bonus? Yeah, now is where it comes into play. We're 53 minutes into the game. That's where gold runs dry, right? 50 minutes, according to the pros. I mean, that's with their perfect economies. 50 minutes. We're past 50 minutes, and this gold situation is dicey for me. With this gold, with these golds, I only have a couple thousand gold left. Now with this one as well, and now with that one, we're looking a little better. 5,000 gold remaining for me. However, under Mick Ultra's control, what he can realistically take, 8,000, and that's plus 30% of that. This navy, really give him that 3,200 as well. So much. It's a big arb ball, and I realize, hey, this is getting awkward. I need to make skirmishers. Lots of skirmishers coming out for me now. But this arb ball is just too big, too soon. I've got to back out of here. Losing trebs unnecessarily. I had 4 trebs. I lost them. Well, now 3. Getting my trebs out of there. Making some skirmishers. Trying to hold that position. Japanese skirms with only 2 of the 3 armor and need to get that last armor. You've got to get all your armor upgrades. Mick Ultra, better about getting his upgrades. Look at that. All his upgrades. Skirmishers. But I'm still laser focused on this side of the map. I think he's over here. He's not. He's over here. I don't know what I'm thinking. Realistically, I should realize what I'm dealing with. But I'm pushing in, wiping this side of the map up, controlling this side of the map. He's pushing across. He can't really stop this. What? Okay. Had a little bit of a freeze. Continuing on, though. This is now dicey. He's got knights. Take care of my crossbow, or my skirms. I'm going full trash. I've got gold. I just don't know what to spend the gold on. And I think, what can I do against this? Well, it's going to be a sneak cavalier switch for me. Going to play this for one big final push. Going to end this game. Not going to have a chance. It's taken me a while. My food eco, I realize immediately when I look for the cavalier switch, not going to cut it. So, immediately begin transitioning onto farms, I think. Oh yeah, it's all these villagers. Immediately transitioning onto farms, but look at this. This wood's gone. This wood is gone. This wood is gone. I have this wood line left over here. And I've got plenty up here. Really got plenty up here. Continuing to push in. Now I've realized, hey, the real battle is back at my home base. I'm not really paying attention to this. Just letting the army that I have there do the work. I don't look over here. For me, this part of the island that I can see well is not in my radar. And so he's transitioned heavy eco onto those gold mine and stone mine. He's still heavy over here, and here comes the bombard cannon. This is a really tough ball for me to deal with. But Knights, gonna be Cavalier before too long. I took a fight in there, bad fight, and realized, hey, I'm gonna lose all the archer ranges. Gotta build up more archery ranges. Wood looks pretty good right now, but we got a big part of that. A dozen of my lumberjacks are there, and the other dozen or so up here. And back over, adding a TC back where I had one. Pushing around, realized, hey, this side of the map is really now just as much my home as my own side. Now, I don't have enough eco over here, that's why I'm adding another TC. 25 of my now 82 villagers. Yeah, that's right. I am down to 82 villagers. I've killed 68, I've lost 47, but I'm not replacing them. I have not replaced any villagers. 107 down to 82. Have not realized what I've lost. So now I'm behind. I think I'm ahead. I think I'm so far ahead. But if you look up at the top, got a little more military. It's mostly trash, but a little more military. But I'm behind in eco. I'm behind in overall population. A town center coming down here. Good play by him. I'm just cruising. I'm coasting. I'm actually trying to close this game out as fast as possible, thinking this Cavalier switch is going to do it for me. Gold is a little bit dicey. Don't have a lot on gold. I'm running out of gold as this is bad. Run out of gold. And now I realize, as this Cavalier switch, I've used up all my gold. I had plenty. Now I've used it all up. Need to get this gold mine back. Need to... I don't know how long these guys just stand there idle. He's pushing in. He's got the bombard cannons. Mick Ultra has taken back control of this game. I don't understand. Like, as this push is coming in, I still don't think it's that big of a deal. But I've lost control of this game. A Cannon Galleon, didn't even realize he had Cannon Galleon. That's such a good play by him. Such a good play. He needs to bring his navy to bear. He's got all these ships over here, and I take the Cannon Galleon out with my halberdiers. Clutch plays. I'm rushing this gold mine now. I don't have a lot of gold left. I've taken control of this island in its entirety. One villager left. Then over here, he's got a town center. He's got light cav getting ready to raid. I haven't started replacing villagers. 82 down to 82. I've got a massive military, and here comes the fight. It's a big fight. That's a lot of arbalisters. I think I can get it. He's got nothing in front. My skirmishers firing off. I've researched Arb. What a mistake by me, honestly. I'm pushing for it, and all my Cavalier are dead. All my Cavalier are dead. Now it's just Arbs. And his bombard cannons are going to lay waste to my skirmishers. His arbalisters laying waste to my army. My push, my big push, completely failed. KD is racking up in his favor. And my military, yeah, I still have the military lead. Look at where this military's at. It's up here. This isn't helpful for me. So much military now, since this is sectioned off into two pieces. I've got more than half of my military in the wrong half of the map, and I can't do anything about it. I'm trying to push him back, making light cav, arbs, skirmishers. My trebs have run home once again. I'm making cavalier once again. I've got my farming eco up to a better place, but really I need more, and I've run out of wood. My wood eco, non-existent. Not creating villagers. I only have 80 villagers. Continuing to lose villagers. Mick Ultra with the military lead, with the economy lead, with now I would say the map position lead. Yes, I have his entire island, but what do I have on his island? What do I have? Some wood lines. I've got tons of wood. Now let's look at Mick Ultra's wood. Let's be fair. Tons of wood over here. Such a good position by Mick Ultra. He's got plenty of wood. Now what he really needs is... Now, I just rush my military over, and I start killing villagers, bringing the eco back to a lot closer to even, and this push is terrifying. I'm out of space. Like, everything is just over here crammed in. Lots of T90 farms, and I sent a couple villagers out here just for fun, and they found an ability to get that gold mine. 2 villagers on that gold, but I'm losing so much of my town. I've got the military lead again. I'm putting my military to work, and I'm losing that military lead. Completely losing that military lead. And this camel gonna wreck my eco over here. All these villagers gonna be going down for me. And now I see, hey, he's over here. He's doing so much. So that allows me, fortunately for me, camels don't have a big line of sight. So much to pay attention to. University comes up. I haven't made a university yet. Kata Peruto has come in because I need my trebuchets to be as good as possible. I've got to try and deal with his bombard cannons with trebs, and I get a hit. A big hit comes in. But here he comes, and yeah, Kata Peruto didn't even bother to use it. What a bum. Didn't have it in yet either. But he loses all of his bombard cannons. He's paying attention right here, dropping the castle. As he drops the castle, all of his bombard cannons go. They're gone. I'm trying to raid, but there's nothing to raid. We're both down at 75 eco. He's got 71 military. I'm almost down to 100 pop, and I realize now the situation is not good. That bombard cannon, killing off the bombard cannons was massive, and I'm back in the game. I'm focused. I'm locked in. I'm bringing the villagers back home that were in danger. Saving my trebuchets. Gonna be pushing that castle right back down as soon as it comes up, and now I've pushed him off of my face. He doesn't have the bombard cannons. He should be forward taking this gold while he's got a moment to do so, but isn't doing so. He is gonna be trying to push me off of his island, I guess. And that's not going to happen. This castle going down in a hurry. He never got a chance to get conscription. That hurts. Conscription's a pretty big upgrade. Buys the stone, doesn't get a chance to repair. Kata Peruto, you can see these trebs in action, doing some damage. Tries to build a siege workshop underneath my trebuchets. Yeah, that's not going to do it for you. And now I'm just massing military. He's confused. You can see the confusion in this game. And this is the play besides the game right here. He's splitting up his arblisters. They're headed different places. Can he find the value he needs with these guys? He's going to try to get in over here, but I've got town centers. I've got a pretty good situation over here. Then with these arbs, he's going to be bringing them into position. Sees that, and he's taking these arbs over to take care of these villagers. And I think he's got villagers over here. Just one. Just one. These arbs headed up to take care of my economy. And then these arbs to push me back on this side. He's split his forces to crush me. And I have so little economy. 78 versus 75. 89 military, though, for Mick Ultra. 90 military. What's he going to be able to pull off with 90 military? Well, not a whole lot of his villagers stand there and die. Kata Peruto coming in clutch. I get that down, and I'm away. Here come these arbs. So many of them pushing in. Where's my military even at? There it is. Light Cav finding the raids. As the Light Cav find the raids, I realize his arbs are up here, and immediately I push out. I'm headed in, and he's invested a lot into heavy camel. This is maybe his problem. He's invested into a lot of different things and not able to make any of them work. I, on the other hand, did the same thing. Don't even have ballistics. Such a bad play by me. So much time. And I'm all over his eco. This has to feel like a stranglehold. He's down to 55 villagers. I'm pushing forward. I don't have any siege, though. Pushing forward. I've got the stone for a castle, and I know where it's gonna go. I need that gold mine, my friend. I need that gold mine. But he's pushing over here. He just needs some siege. He's got the siege workshop. What's he gonna make out of it? I don't know. Really, I don't know. I'm gonna put the castle down for this gold. Now, this is risky, I understand, but he's got this gold. I've got now this gold left. I've used up, see, this gold. It's gone. This gold, it's gone. I've got 3 villagers on gold. I'm out of gold. Mick Ultra still has gold, but that raid and that positioning, these arbalists are useless. They're not doing anything. These arbalists, no siege, unable to do anything. He's moved out of position. He's allowed me to bring that castle forward with an inferior military. His military together would crush my military. Some siege and he would be wrecking me up top, but he doesn't have siege. He's running the arbalist back home. He allowed me to get into his base. I killed a lot of villagers. He's down to 42 villagers, down to 100 pop, but I'm only at 135. This game has been back and forth. Misplay after misplay by both players. I'm not going to say stellar play. No, this is misplays. This is why you never give up. Mick Ultra is in a position to win the game. He calls it here. He calls it with the military lead, but I have taken control, I believe, of the game. And I've got skirmishers firing down his arbalisters. I've got a military here wrecking his. GG called. It's all over. Bringing the trebs forward even, shooting down his arbs with trebuchets. You can see that. What a wild, absolutely wild game. And you actually got to see the Malian bonus, his switchability, his ability to make everything. The Japanese bonuses, cheaper lumber camps and mining camps, cheaper. The Japanese bonuses really didn't come into play that much for me, honestly. Just that one. And the pikes, which I leaned heavily on, and the versatility, but his versatility even greater than mine. It's a battle back and forth and back and forth. I came out victorious right there at the end, but you can see by the timeline at an hour and 11 minutes, it was bad for me. Let's check the stats though. Military stats, Mick Ultra with the better KD ratio. That's how it normally goes for me. The 1.19 versus the 0.85. 479 kills versus 404. But the buildings, I wrecked his town. He was unable to push through mine. Lost his bombard cannons while he was dropping an ill-advised castle. That was just a big blunder from him. And then splitting up the arbalists, another massive blunder. I think he had the position, just had to focus, just had to make a decision on which side to go. Had to realize I had those trebs, didn't do any of those things. Eco stats, you can see I had a much more robust eco. 92,000 total resources versus the 81. But Mick Ultra with the better gold collected by a few thousand and better relics, 1 relic. Neither of us fought to get relics. I don't think either of us understood that this game was going to go for an almost an hour and 20 minutes game time. Better timings throughout for me. I was putting the aggression on, hitting the next age, and trying to put my foot on his throat and finish the game each time. Unable to do so, though. And we got into a late game. Society stats, you can see I hit 109 villagers and got way down. Mick Ultra got a little bit less, but you can see through here, the fishing ships are in the dark. If we go to the even point, I had the greater economy for more often than not. Although, there's that stretch right in here. MKUltra had both the greater military and the greater economy. Just a stretch there. Had the game not in his grasp. Definitely still a game that either player could win. Let's see who was faster. Look at this. For such a long, grueling game, I'm pretty happy with my APM stats at 28 actions per minute. MKUltra right on line with me at 32. I peaked at 112. This is probably some of these castle fights. My goodness, man. Moving so fast. If I could maintain these kind of movements, I would be a much better player. MKUltra starting off pretty quick as well at 105, but really peaking other places at about 71, whereas my peak looks like I can hit that 80 or 90 mark pretty regularly. I don't know where my 112 was. Whatever. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one. This game was one of the most fun games I've played in so long. Such a back and forth game. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, drop a like on the video. If you want to see more crazy content like this, consider subscribing. If not, that's all right. We'll catch you in the next one. See ya!